I'm Lauren.
And I'm Nick.
And this is the BHS Broadcaster,
keeping you in the know.
Last Monday, BHS hosted a Board of Education meeting to allow community members to provide input on improving and upgrading school buildings.
Our county needs about $93 million to renovate all our schools. It's been a long time since we had infrastructure replaced in our school system. Brevard High School is the oldest infrastructure, oldest building of the 9 schools. The main building was built in 1959. So obviously we're talking 58, this building's over 58 years old and got some major needs. One of the biggest things, Brevard High School would get a majority of the $93 million bond. I think the total to renovate Brevard High School would be around $41 million. Looking at demolition in part of the building and building a 3-story structure, basically a new school on part of this campus, was talked about as part of the master plan. Got some really good feedback from community folks. Everyone was supportive and understanding. It's been a long time since there's been any renovations. Personally, for me, doing work orders, it's almost daily that we're doing work orders for a leaky roof or, just a deteriorating infrastructure. The goal is for the November 2018 ballot to have a bond referendum on that ballot and possibly start construction later on, summer, spring of 2019. Of course, most folks will be graduated before it would be complete, but for the future needs and our community, it'd be a great asset.
Last Tuesday, ROTC held a boot camp for 8th graders. Here are some highlights from the event.
So I'm Caroline, and my experience at the boot camp would be, it was fun, but some aspects were challenging, like having to stand in straight lines without smiling or laughing or moving at all.
So I'm Gracie. Probably one of the most fun parts of the boot camp was learning the French. We learned numbers 1 through 20 and we learned the colors.
Alright, so I'm Charlie, and my experience in the boot camp, it was pretty fun. There was a few challenging parts, but overall it was pretty fun.
I'm Damien LaFrenza, and we're here with the Marine Corps JROTC unit, and we're at Brevard Middle School, and we're trying to teach them a little bit of the history of World War I. So we're going through physical training and leading them through different hikes and running and how to remain respectful during it, just to add that whole military vibe to it.
Now to Aaron and Casey with the Sports Spectrum update.
I'm Aaron, and welcome to the Sports Spectrum update. On Monday, women's soccer is away at Tuscola. On Tuesday, baseball and softball are away at Tuscola, and men's tennis is away at West Henderson. On Wednesday, track and field is away at TC Robertson. On Thursday, women's soccer is home against East Henderson and men's golf is away. On Friday, women's soccer is away at Cherokee and baseball and softball are home against East Henderson. Good luck to all BHS athletes and go Blue Devils!
We talked to a few students about their time science project as they move on to state.
My name is Cullen Duval. This year I worked with mosquitoes in a wide tube olfactometer to see their attractiveness of different scents you could find in a common bouquet. We worked in biological science for our science fair board, and then we competed with behavioral science at the SAS competition. We're moving on to state in both these categories. We placed second with our board, and then our presentation actually came in first at the SAS competition. We're really excited and hoping that in the future we will be able to go on to the national level competition.
Coach Phil Latta recently published a book. We talked to him to learn what the book is about.
So Running Flow is a sports psychology / running psychology book that kind of looks at the different ways that we can have more fulfilling experiences as runners. It looks at how you set goals and set challenges and obstacles that give you something to work towards, and how doing that can lead to a more fulfilling experience when it comes to running. Essentially, we're trying to find ways to make running a more positive both experience in your life and a stronger motivator.
This week for Club Spotlight, we talked to some representatives from HOSA and Interact.
We meet in Miss Patch's class on Tuesdays during A lunch, and currently we're working on the food drive. We've set everything up, you've seen the boxes in your classes, I imagine, and each week we've been collecting and tallying all the points, and at the very end of it, we're going to collect everything and have a weigh-in event, and then eventually send them to the sharing house.
Okay. HOSA meets every fourth Friday during lunch B in Miss Moment's room.
We do 2 blood drives every year, one in the fall and then one in the spring. And we also raise money for Pink Week in October. And right now we're raising money for AEDs for elementary schools throughout the community.
Here's some adorable footage of the barn's new baby ducks.
Science 1 and 2 classes have been incubating duck eggs for the last 26 days. The ducklings hatched on Sunday, March 5th and Monday, March 6th. They have a total of 8 mallard ducklings that hatched. They will raise the ducklings here at the farm until they are about 8 to 9 weeks old. They plan to band the ducks, which means to put an identification tag on one of their legs, and release them in different parts of Transylvania County in the French Broad and Davison rivers. These are migrating ducks. They will migrate next spring to the north and hopefully return.
For more information on these stories and others, visit the Broadcaster website.
And make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat.
See you next week.